What's up guys, Alex from FIFA Scouting Tips here and welcome to Season 3 Episode 11 of Pompey Youth Stars. Just before I get started I want to say thank you to everybody who entered the Scouting Guide contest recently. If you haven't checked out the countdown video, make sure you do. It was released just a couple of days ago and it's got some fantastic entries in it. Really good contest this time. The contest for this month is going to be on the best midfielders, aged 18 or under. They can be from any country, just as long as they're midfielders. I'm also going to allow you to have left and right wingers. The game counts them as forwards, but I'm going to count them as midfielders, so it's fine if you enter those. So that ends at the end of the month, so you've got loads and loads of time on that. So, without any further ado, we had this game against Chelsea. We had a tough game against Man City last time round. Another tough game here, so let's see if we can do a little bit better. We lost 2-0 against Man City. Let's see if we can do any better against Chelsea. Despite the strong opposition, I managed to make the best start. Lodigan beating his man, running down the wing with loads and loads of space behind the defence. Put a really good cross in and Bennett won the header. Unfortunately couldn't get it on target. I really feel like I should have done better because chances were going to be few and far between against Chelsea, but I didn't manage to get that one on target. A little bit annoying. Chelsea though, as would be expected, came out with a few attacks, but they found it difficult to get through my defence and they came in at half time. It was 0-0. Not too many attacks from either team, to be honest. Chelsea dominated possession as you would expect, but all they could do really as they came forward was my defence was very well organised and they just couldn't get through. They only had that one shot in the first half and I was holding on. 0-0 draw at half-time, very respectable against Chelsea, and I was not going to complain about that at all. Second half I came out the stronger again, Ajay Boateng beating his man, putting in a good cross towards Bennett who headed it straight at the keeper. Ajay Boateng had more time than I realised. I probably could have done a bit better with that. Chelsea though found it again so hard to get through my defence. I was tackling them every time they came forward. Their passes were going astray. They just couldn't keep things, couldn't keep possession properly, and they're just finding it so hard to get through me. I was playing really well in defence. The one time they did get through though, I put in a good block and stopped the shot getting on target. So they're finding it really frustrating. They did get a bit of space in the edge of the box with Fabregas, but he couldn't get his shot on target either. So it was a very frustrating afternoon for Chelsea really. They did come forward this time, but I put in a superb block to stop the ball coming into the box, playing very well. And then right at the death, Bennett had the chance to win it, beating a few defenders, going one-on-one with the keeper, but he didn't even get it on target. I was so disappointed really. Yeah, I wouldn't expect to beat Chelsea, but that could have been the one. Chelsea instantly responded and almost won it. No! Luckily for me, they only managed to hit the post. That was in injury time as well. What an ending to the game that would have been. And right after the opportunity, the ref blew the final whistle. And that was a really good header, to be fair. And they were so unlucky not to get a goal from that. But it would have been very frustrating, to be honest, to lose in injury time 1-0 when I played so well in defence. And we came out of it with a 0-0 draw. Pretty well deserved, to be honest. Very even in terms of shots and shots on target. Chelsea, as in the first half, dominated the possession, but they couldn't get anything from it. They just could not break down my defence. So I played really well, very pleased with the way I defended against them. Ratings 8.1 for Doherty, he got the man of the match. Didn't have that much to do, but when he was called upon he performed well. Ajay Boateng with a 7.1 rating wasn't bad at all. No one else was hugely amazing, but they didn't really need to be. Chelsea just couldn't get past me and I was very happy to end it with a 0-0 draw. Very respectable result against such a good opposition. Straight after that game we have this message from David Brown saying that he's not being played enough. It's a little bit frustrating really because I obviously couldn't really play him against Chelsea or Man City, and we've had quite a few big games recently that I didn't want to play him in, and Doherty obviously has been amazing as well for us, so it's a bit unfortunate. I will try and get Brown some more games soon, but I couldn't really help it recently because of those massive games. But like I said, we'll try and get him a bit more game time over the next few weeks. Okay, two pieces of great news here. We've got two messages about injuries. Obviously this is for Bong and Paulet. Both messages saying that the players can return to training pretty soon. So it's just going to be a couple more weeks I think until they're ready to go again and back in the team. So that's going to be really good to have them back. A really good piece of news there for both of them. Right, interesting message here from Paulet saying that he wants me to know that even though he's not fully recovered, he feels ready to play. We've got about 2 days left until the next game, and he's only just come back from injury, so we'll have to see what he's like in terms of how long he's got to recover in the squad report screen. But yeah, we may end up playing him because he's such an important player. We'll have to see though. So let's go have a look at how he is in the squad report. Okay, so here he is, and obviously under injury status it says 100% fit in 10 days. So we've got a game in, I think it's 2 days time. So we'll have to see how his fitness is in the squad as well, but I'm not sure I really want to risk him because he's such an important player and I don't want to risk aggravating his injury even more. and getting him out for another period of time, because he really does make a difference. May bring him on as a substitute halfway through the game or something, maybe something like that. We'll have to see, but I'm not sure I want to risk him for a whole game just because he's only just coming back from injury. Okay, I know you guys have had lots of messages to look at, but this one really is fantastic. It's Lodigan saying that he is happy to stay at the club. All that speculation about him wanting to leave and he's being homesick and all that sort of stuff, he's now saying that he wants to stay, which is amazing news. We didn't want to lose him. This is just the message that I wanted to see, so that's really good. Coming up to the transfer window, he's not going to go anywhere. Okay, up next we have this game against West Ham. I've decided to put Brown in goal just to try and make him feel a bit better so he's not so unsettled, hopefully. I've also decided not to start Paulette, he's on the bench, just because I don't want to risk injuring him. Might bring him on later on, but we'll have to see. So anyway, let's see how we can do against West Ham. Last time I played West Ham I got absolutely annihilated 6-1 at home, but this game started much better. Jaimera with a rasping shot from the edge of the box that was well parried. This was the first game since Brown asked to be played a bit more, but that did not fill me with confidence, just flapping at the ball there. Didn't deal with it well at all. I kept going forward though, and the ball fell to Bennett with a golden opportunity. The goal was gaping and he could only hit the post. Very, very disappointed, and I couldn't help but feeling that Bong would have put that away, but with the goal at his mercy, Bennett could only hit the outside of the post there. Then Pender won a kind of ridiculous free kick. Look at this, just riding on the defender's back. Very silly. But from the free kick he whipped it in, and Jaimera won the header and powered it into the back of the net. Really good goal for him because he's not that big, but he has all green physical stats, so his strength and his jumping would have helped him win that header. Look at that, against a much taller player he won the header and powered it into the back of the net. Goalkeeper probably should have done a bit better, to be honest, but I was not going to complain. I was very happy to get that goal, and that brought Jaimera his first goal of the Premier League campaign. He's a very useful player for me now. West Ham almost instantly had a great opportunity to equalise through on goal, but Brown restored himself from that worrying start. He made a superb save there at close range. I was certain that West Ham were going to score, but Brown kept the ball out, so really pleasing to see. But West Ham really found it difficult to get through me. I was intercepting their passes. Green was putting a real shift in the middle of midfield, tackling really superbly, and we came in at half-time 50-50 possession, but I had 4 shots and 2 of them on target, whereas West Ham only had 1 shot in the entire half. Green was really keeping things solid in the midfield and really just preventing them going forward. When I went forward, I was posing a real threat. Jaimera was doing well, Bennett was having plenty of opportunities, and it really was looking like it was going to be my game. I was very happy to be 1-0 up. West Ham, when they came out in the second half, really didn't improve. They couldn't get that header on target. They really should have done better, and when I went forward, I was having plenty of opportunities. Pender, from 30 odd yards out, smashed the ball against the post. Superb effort. I knew he was good from range. When I checked the replay, it turns out the keeper made an amazing save. Really good stop from the goalkeeper to prevent that going in. I had a stonewall shout for a penalty. I was sure this would be given, but the ref just waved it away. Checked the replay and Bennett nudged the ball in front of the defender, then got taken down and nothing was given. Almost unbelievable. I really deserved a penalty from that, but it didn't matter because soon after Jaimera played Pender through on goal, 1-on-1, and he smashed it into the bottom corner in stoppage time to make it 2-0. Pender set up Jaimera for his goal, then Jaimera returned the favour for Pender. So those two linking up nicely. That was Pender's 4th goal in the Premier League. Scored a few for him now from midfield. And that was all there's time for. We came in 2-0 winners at the end of the game. West Ham really didn't improve from their first half performance. Only 2 shots in the entire game and only 1 of them was on target, whereas I had 6 shots and 4 on target. I was much more threatening. This was a completely different game to when they trounced me 6-1, and I really felt like I deserved to win this one 2-0 because I was threatening going forward and I was defending really well. Green was just keeping things so solid in midfield, and West Ham just had nothing. They really did not pose a threat. In terms of ratings, Pender got man of the match with 8.4, 1 assist and 1 goal. Jaimera was the same with 1 assist and 1 goal, 8.2 rating. Brown kept things solid with a 7.7. After that slightly wobbly start, he redeemed himself and did very well for the rest of the game. And then Green, like I said before, just superb in the middle of midfield. He was the defending midfielder when Jaimera was going forward, and it was just, that combination worked so well for me in this match. West Ham just could not get through it. So in the end, a 2-0 win against West Ham was very well deserved. Okay, so it's the first of the month, so let's have a look at how our players are doing and how many of them have grown now. So we have Doherty on 78 plus 2, amazing goalkeeper, as we all know. He's just truly fantastic, one of my best players undoubtedly, so good. Then we have David Brown, who had a really good game last time round. He is unhappy because he hasn't been getting enough games recently, he says, so I'm going to try and play him a bit more often. So he's looking pretty decent as well. Then Tim Zimmerman on 71 plus 2. Then Liam Osborne 65 plus 1, he's finally grown. It's unbelievable, he's actually grown. Didn't seem to grow at all so far this season, but he's finally hit 1 point, which is great, so hopefully he'll grow a bit more. Then we have Berviger on 68 plus 2, Danny Corrie on 67 plus 3, then Brad Knight still stuck on 64, unfortunately, that's really annoying. Angelo De Silva on 68 plus 2, Philip Jaimera 73 plus 2, obviously had a really good game last time round, hopefully he'll keep up those good performances. Then we have Hiroki Tasaka on 63. I think I'm going to loan him out this window because we're in January now, so we can loan players, so I think I'll do that just to try and kickstart his growth a little bit. And then we have Dylan Quinton on 72 plus 2. Then Keaton Nichols 63 plus 3, seems to be growing nicely even though he's not getting that many games. Then Ryan Green 64 plus 3. Then Francesco Verre on 71 plus 1, so he's gone up a point. Then we have Ajay Boateng on 73 plus 3. And then Michael Pender, another one who had a fantastic game last time round. Look at those long shots, that justified his goal already. 84 long shots, just shows how good he is from distance. He's now on 74 plus 3. Then Frederick Mathis on 62, hasn't grown, so he might be another one that I loan out. Then Shuttleworth for Talon on 60, again no growth, so he might get loaned out as well. Then Kelvin Bong should be back from injury pretty soon, let's have a look. 8 days time, so not long to go now. 75 plus 3. Then Jennison Bennett on 71 plus 3. Yuri Lodigan has grown a point, so he's now on 70 plus 4. Then we have Michael Coyne on 66 plus 2. Dimitri Grassi on 69 plus 3. And then Alex Winter, a real player, and a couple more real players before we get to Paulette, who is now back from injury. Well, he will be very soon, at least he says he's ready, but this says he's still got a week to go. His physical stats, as we saw last time, have gone down a bit, which is pretty frustrating, but hopefully that will end now that he's pretty much fit. Then we have a couple more real players before we get to our loaned out players. We have Mitsuharu Paulo Daniel on 67 plus 3, Paddy Malloy 62 plus 2, then Curtis Simpson 57 plus 4, really good growth from him, and then Andrew Robson 66 plus 2, Joe Hayes on 58 with no growth at all, and James Smith no growth at all either with him on 61. So that is how our players are doing this month. So as I mentioned earlier, we are now in the transfer window, and this is how our budget is looking, just over 600,000 in transfer budget, and about £4,000 in wages. So I'm going to be looking around, see if I can find some decent players to bring in on loan probably, or maybe buy if I can find a really good cheap bargain. If there's any area of the team that you reckon I need to strengthen in this window, please do let me know. Any positions, any players you think aren't good enough and need to be gotten rid of, any players that you think I should loan out to try and get a bit more experience, or anything like that, let me know in the comments below, and I will we'll get on that as soon as I can. So like I said, I'm going to have a look around, see if I can find some good players to loan in, or to buy perhaps, and we'll see if we can strengthen our team in this transfer window. So these are the players that I put up for loan so far, because they seem to be the players who are stuck. They're not growing anything at all, no points or no stats, nothing at all. So hopefully this will kickstart their growth a bit if I recall them, or when they come back at the end of the season, because that can change their potential. Hopefully that'll give them a better potential and they'll grow soon. So I'm going to put them up for loan. If there's anyone else you think I should loan out or even sell, let me know in the comments and I'll have a look at it soon. So as it's the first of the month, our youth players will have narrowed down a little bit. So we have Charlie Essen, 74 to 80 potential striker. Then Craig Lucas, 74 to 82 potential left winger. Daniel Gallagher, he is narrowed down a bit more, so he's now on 87 to 93 potential striker. Average potential there of 90, that is insane. Really looking amazing. Esteban Navarro, 80 to 86 potential right winger. Then Fernando Monzon, 71 to 75 potential left back. Freda Lazen narrowed down a bit more as well. He's now 84 to 90 potential defensive midfielder. Then Giles Fulton, 68 to 80 potential right winger. John Mahoney, 73 to 77 potential left winger. Then Juan Torres, 74 to 80 potential right back. Martin DeWitt, 73 to 79 potential central midfielder. Then Robin Brzezinski, narrowed down a little bit more, 74 to 88 potential. Still not really sure what position he's going to be, quite a wide range there, but decent potential. And then finally Tete Hamadou, 73 to 94. Again, not sure what position he is, but he's looking pretty decent. So that is how our youth squad is doing this month. Just spotted this news story saying that Bong is going to be in high demand. No surprise there because he is so good. It says here that Villarreal are thinking of putting a bid in for him, so I expect plenty of teams are going to come in with offers pretty soon. It also says, or it also calls me the Bong manager. How's that for a job title? I might use that more often, I think. But anyway, Bong is not going to go anywhere. We don't want to sell him because he's just too important to the team, so we're going to try and fend off any bids that come our way. So we are on the first of the month, the first day of the transfer window. I have run out of time though, so I'm going to leave that to the next episode. Like I said earlier, if you've got any suggestions of players that you want me to bring in, positions you think I need strengthening, players you think I should sell or loan out, anything like that, anything you want me to do in this transfer window, let me know in the comments. Leave all your suggestions down there and I'll have a read through them and see what I can do as well. Don't forget that the Scouting God contest is just started this month and it is on midfielders aged 18 or under. That can include left wingers and right wingers as well. Even though the game counts them as forwards, I'm going to count them as midfielders, so that's fine if you want to submit some of those. So if you found a great scouted player that matches that description, take a picture when they're in the youth academy or when they've just been promoted. Try to make sure there's no stat growth as well if possible, just keeps it fair for everybody else who's entering. You can then send that picture to @FIFA Scouting on Twitter using the hashtag ScoutingGod, or you can submit it to facebook.com/FIFA Scouting Tips, or you can submit it on FIFAScoutingTips.com in the comments, or you leave a link in the comments below to the image, whichever way you want to do it. That ends right at the end of August, so you've got ages on that one, so make sure you do plenty of good scouting because you've got a lot of time to find a really good player. Keep all your suggestions coming as well, things you want me to do soon on this channel and on FIFAScoutingTips.com. As I've said plenty of times, I'm running a survey at the moment where you can tell me exactly what you want me to do. There'll be a link for that in the description, so if you haven't had a chance to fill that out, make sure you do soon, just to let me know what you want me to do next basically. So keep all that feedback coming. Make sure you leave a like as well if you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. What the hell? It's almost like Doherty just didn't know what to do, like he didn't know where the ball was, like he was stupid almost. Yeah, just completely